Hello everybody, Razorblade Bango here, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, with footage mostly from Point 2, Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage, and a little bit of Dream Drop Distance in HD. So I feel like whenever a Kingdom Hearts game comes out, it's like my entire channel has been building towards these moments. So, Point 2. I know there are like two other things in here, and I'm unable to get footage from back cover because of Square Enix's really stupid recording limitations. And I also apologize for that little indication on the bottom left. It's really irritating looking at that right now, but it's what I gotta work with. And it won't even let you record the ending to this, which I think is really stupid. So if I were to ever stream this, which I'm most likely gonna do, it's not gonna happen. At least the final scenes won't be shown, because Square Enix, for whatever reason, does not want Twitch or YouTube broadcasting them. And it's really stupid. So that sucks. That's really disappointing. But anyway, this is Kingdom Hearts Point 2, Fragmentary Passage, which is the series debut on the PlayStation 4. Well, the whole package is the series debut running on PlayStation 4, but this is the very first game in the series to utilize the new engine that they created with Unreal Engine 4. And goes without saying, it looks amazing. Aside from some small texture blemishes here and there, some really like last gen lip syncing, it looks incredible. Just the level of detail and animation and just vibrant colors that this thing is able to display compared to past games is, for me, like someone who's played this series for most of my adult life, well, I'd say actually like most of my life in general, seeing it like this, running like this with these graphics on the PS4 is just, people out there who have been waiting for this as long as I have, you guys know how this feels. I don't really know where to start with this, because I want to talk about all three games, but I think I'm mostly going to focus on Fragmentary Passage, because in my opinion, that's the one that you buy this compilation for. You don't buy it for back cover, you don't buy it for Dream Drop Distance, you buy it for Fragmentary Passage. And even though it's only like a 2 to 3 hour story, it lives up to expectations, which is so nice. And it's just such a really tasty appetizer of what's to come with Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, look at the way Aqua is just moving right now. Just, you can't do this. The only time I've ever seen these characters move like this stylistically and quickly, is Dream Drop Distance. And that was a 3DS game that had to take a huge hit to the graphics division, but this being able to run on PS4 with Unreal Engine 4, it's like a dream come true seeing this. And in fact, it's almost surreal playing it, because I've seen this kind of gameplay for like the past 3 years whenever Kingdom Hearts 3 has been shown, and seeing it right now with this level of detail is like, holy shit. it's pretty incredible. Anywho, so what is Fragmentary Passage about? Well, it's basically a side story where, if you remember from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, it ends with Aqua, one of the three protagonists, being trapped in the realm of darkness at the end. And this is a continuation of that, where she encounters, obviously, encounters Cinderella's castle in the Realm of Darkness, and she goes on a little mission to find out what's going on. And I'm only going to have, like, the first 30 minutes up of this game, because I don't want to give away, unlike Square Enix, I don't want to give away any of the stuff that happens later on, because it's best left to be surprised by. But I will say, regarding like the last couple of fights, they're pretty challenging. I actually almost died a couple times, and I was playing on the standard difficulty, and the final boss is arguably, at least in my opinion, the best boss fight in the entire series. I think my jaw was hanging open during the majority of it. It was just, it was stunning. It was like just playing this game, listening to the new, very subtle, different version of Dearly Beloved, listening to the new remix of Simple and Clean. It just got me like so giddy. Like I haven't been this giddy playing a game in a while. Like even Final Fantasy 15, which I was looking forward to greatly for the last 3 years, playing this, it's the most giddy I've felt playing a game in a long time. And it's like when I popped the disc in and I just started playing, I just put my headphones down, just cranked the sound up, and just, it was just pure bliss. Just being able to see this on my big ass TV. Like there is a difference between seeing the trailer for this, seeing the gameplay like on, you know, your computer screen or YouTube, and then actually playing it and experiencing what, like the crazy battle system that they have in this thing. It's so good. I love it so much. So the gameplay. Now there are differences here, obviously. It takes a lot of inspiration from the flow motion system of Dream Drop Distance, where it is very quick, lots of gliding, lots of double jumping. You can jump pretty high in this game. Like once you've, I think like the gear clock system thing that you're seeing in this gameplay, it's kind of like the tutorial of this bit. So once you're done like collecting each gear, it will give you like a new ability. Like you're able to double jump, you're able to jump and then like glide. You can do this like really powerful shot attack, which I think is from Birth by Sleep. It's been a while since I played Birth by Sleep. I'm pretty sure it's in Birth by Sleep, but it's, you'll know when you see it. It's going to be in this footage. So Fragmentary Passage, it plays a lot like Dream Drop Distance, except it plays even better on the PS4. And it even increases the amount of enemies it has on screen, the type of enemies, like the boss you'll see in this video. It's that like giant swarm of Heartless that was like first shown off when Kingdom Hearts 3 was first revealed back in 2013, and it is a fucking sight to behold. This like giant mountain of regular Heartless, and I've never really been intimidated by the regular version of the Heartless. So seeing it become like this giant swarm of them, and to have it actually be rather, you know, a challenge to take down, because the boss, it's the same boss and it appears like a couple times throughout the game, but it's so cool getting to fight this thing. Like seeing it for years into Kingdom Hearts 3 reveal trailer, and then actually being able to fight it now is unbelievable, and I just love it. I really, really, really like Fragmentary Passage. I like it probably a little bit more if it maybe was just a bit longer and had a little bit better of an ending for Aqua's story. Even though her story, the way this wraps up, is good and has some pretty surprising reveals as well. I wish, my only complaint is just I wish it was just longer. And that's really, like, if you're gonna have any like complaint, that's actually not a bad one to have. Because it shows that you're really enjoying this, which I was. I was really fucking enjoying Fragmentary Passage. Music as well, obviously. It's mostly like the same tracks used from Birth by Sleep a lot of the time. However, there are some remixes in here. When Aqua encounters like a phantom version of herself later on, it will play like this slightly different, more like sinister version of Aqua's theme from Birth by Sleep, and it's such like a little touch, but it's so cool, and again, just shows what a brilliant composer Yoko Shimomura is. She just came off of composing like the best score of 2016 with Final Fantasy 15, and now right away she's back again with. Again, not one of the best scores, probably not, of the year, but still a fucking fantastic score because it's Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts' music is great. Now, I know this is a little bit of a controversial thing to say. I've always really disliked Aqua's voice acting. I've always thought she sounded just really medicated and boring, and I don't like her voice actress. I don't like the way she does Aqua. And I was disappointed to find out that they, rehired her to do it again. And I was like, well, maybe it will be better this time, but it's really not most of the time. Sometimes it's alright. Like, sometimes it is okay, and I'm like, alright, she's doing, a decent job here. Other times, most of the time, it just sounds flat. It's not very emotionally compelling, and she has to deliver some of the more emotional scenes of this game, and it just doesn't work sometimes because of her delivery of Aqua's lines. She's boring. She's just boring. It's a boring voice performance most of the time. I really wish they would just get somebody else. Like, I've heard whispers that they're going to recast Kairi, which is a little disappointing. I think I wasn't, because you can hear it sounds like Hayden Panettiere at the end of Birth by Sleep, so I assumed that she'd be back as Kairi, but I don't know. Like, I've heard whispers that they're gonna recast Kairi, so that's a shame though. But I wish they would recast Aqua. I mean, they've already like recasted Ansem the Wise, of course, because of Christopher Lee's death. They're going to recast Xehanort because of Leonard Nimoy's death. So I wish they would just go ahead and recast Aqua as well, because I don't like her voice. I've always found it just really distractingly boring. And that sucks for her story, like being probably like the most melancholic and depressing out of them. But other than her, I think everyone else does a fine job. I'm not going to spoil who's in it, but they all do a pretty good job with the voice acting, all things considered. A couple surprise appearances, which, goes to show that some of the voice actors, returning voice actors, still got it. They're still rocking these characters. Another really interesting thing about this game is that you get to dress Aqua up, which you're seeing right now. I've got like the Mickey, which is why you're seeing like the Mickey Mouse ears and like the bright wings on her back, and like the grayish cloak that she has. These are a new thing that I'm interested to see how they flesh this out, if they're even going to have this feature in Kingdom Hearts 3, which they should, because it's a cool little encouraging thing to go back and replay the game, so you can go and like do all these objectives to collect, like cosmetic shit for your character, so you're not stuck with the same outfit the entire game. You can add like little knickknacks on them. And they're not like super punishing hard objectives, which is what I was worried it was going to be. Like, I figured in order to get some of the cool shit, you'd have to do like a shitload of stuff, but it's really just simple stuff initially, like, hit 20 street lamps, or do a bunch of other crap, like get Aqua to maximum level. So they aren't hard. thankfully. And I was able to get quite a few of them that are pretty damn cool, like what you're seeing. Like, I really like that they have the Minnie Mouse ears. I really like the different patterns you can unlock for the armor that she's got. There's even like a weird like volcanic color like armor plate on her arm. It's odd, but it is pretty cool. It's cool that they have stuff like this in here, and it's something I hope they expand on in Kingdom Hearts 3, because I want to deck Sora out like a badass. He's doing with this. But anyway, that's really all much I can say about Fragmentary Passage without getting into spoilers. So I guess I should talk about Dream Drop Distance, and because I've recorded like 13 minutes of footage left, so I might as well talk about the rest of the game. Dream Drop Distance, if you played it on the 3DS, not a lot has changed aside from, you know, visual upgrades. Like, it runs at 60 frames on the PS4, which looks great. Although only like it runs 60 frames only on the gameplay and not the cutscenes, which is kind of distracting. It looks great on the PS4, obviously, because it's Kingdom Hearts and it's the PS4. Some of the stuff, like the ability to like pet the Dream Eaters that you get, they work a little awkwardly without the touchpad. Like, that was one of the things I wish they kind of had retired, like the ability to like cuddle with your Dream Eaters. Because to be honest, like, even when I played Dream Drop Distance on the 3DS, I never felt like a big emotional tie to the Dream Eaters like I did with like I did with Donald and Goofy. Like, they're not Donald and Goofy. Like, I wish Square Enix had just found a way to include Donald and Goofy into this without cramming in like the touchscreen crap that they had to do for the 3DS at the time. But, you know, it's not terrible. It's not distracting. It's not like a big part of the game. Like, you could go the entire game without cuddling with one of your Dream Eaters and it'll be fine. Like really, it will be fine. And this is the boss fight I was talking about. This thing is fucking cool. I love the way this thing looks. It just blows me away seeing that amount of Heartless on screen. Just holy shit. It's awesome. So anyway, back to Dream Drop Distance. It's the same story. There's no like extra side content. It's not like a final mix version or anything. So if you liked Dream Drop Distance on the 3DS, you're gonna like it just as much on the PS4. Maybe a little bit more, just because with the 60 frames gameplay and some of the improved enemy AI, some of the like the graphics are a little bit better, of course, because it's a PS4 port of a 3DS game. And I almost wish they had remade it with this engine. It would have been time consuming as hell, but it would have made the $60 asking price of this game a little bit better to swallow. Because even though I'm like a big fan of Fragmentary Passage, I think Fragmentary Passage is a great intro to what we can expect from Kingdom Hearts 3. I feel like it's a little overpriced at $60 with just like a port of a 3DS game, 2-hour new game, and then like a 1-hour movie. Which, speaking of the movie, I think easily like the weakest, like by far the weakest part of this package is back cover. And I really wasn't sure what to expect with back cover, because I'm not even all that like crazy about Key. And I played Key a lot when it came out in the States. You know, I got to like level, I think like 90 in that game. Like I reached a pretty like decent level, and I used to play it like every day for a while, but I kind of just like most mobile games, I just got tired of it and I deleted it off my phone, and I haven't gone back to it. So I figured back cover would kind of be like a retelling of the story of Key, but it's not. Like, it doesn't show any of the Keyblade War. It doesn't show like any of the big battle sequences you've been hearing about for like the past bunch of years from this series' lore. It doesn't show anything like really like noteworthy or substantial, and it's not like offensively bad, and it's not boring either. it's just kind of there. And I feel like back cover just focuses on the wrong things. It doesn't focus on, you know, the battle, the Keyblade War, or like, you know, like the internal conflict that like leads up to it from like the Avatar characters that will actually be doing the battling. It's all told from these like 5 foretellers and the occasional appearance from their master. And this is the bit of Kingdom Hearts lore that I'm not familiar with, not as familiar with as like, you know, Sora's story or Riku's story or any of the people from Birth by Sleep. It's just, it's not good. I guess that's the only way I can say it. It's just, it's not good. It's incredibly unremarkable. And it just puzzles me why they even want, like, when it finished, I was shocked when it finished. Because it ends right when you think things are gonna kick into high gear. It just stops. It's not even like a satisfying, like, it doesn't end. It stops. That's the big difference with back cover. And it's just a really unsatisfying experience. Like, if I were to pick any weak spot out of this package, it's definitely back cover. And not to say like back cover doesn't have its merits. It's got really good voice acting, like really good, much better than any of the voice acting in Fragmentary Passage, or even Birth by Sleep, in my opinion, except for Jesse McCartney and Haley Joel Osment, of course, who I think are like the best parts of that game. But really good voice acting. I think the characters are interesting for the most part. I'm not sure what kind of role they'll play in Kingdom Hearts 3, or if anything in that game, or that movie, will really be focused all that much in 3. I don't know. That's the thing. I really don't know. Because 3 could be about anything. I know the starting point, what 3 is going to be, but it confuses me why back cover is even here. His back cover is just really unremarkable. It's the same engine as well as Fragmentary Passage. It's the same like Unreal Engine. It looks great. Character models are very nice. Art style is great as always. But it's just so bland, and it focuses on the wrong stuff. And when it should be focused on the Keyblade War, it just like is this hour-long narrative dump. And you know, as much as I like the moments in Kingdom Hearts games where they give you like exposition 101, I don't mind them so much. But that's all back cover is. It's just a big narrative dump. Just goes on and on and on and on, just saying a bunch of shit and doesn't shut up. And it's just it's like pretty much an hour of these foretellers just bitching at each other, which is lame. And because you never really are given any context as to what life was like before these problems started arising, there's really no emotional investment in it. It's just kind of like, okay, you guys are really pissy. You guys suck as a team. So that's not good. It's just like watch back cover just to get the theme. Oh, which by the way, I don't know how it is, or I don't know if this is just a glitch, but why the fuck are the themes you unlock stuff you have to pay for? I don't fucking get that. Like I hope because I bought them, because when I finished Fragmentary Passage and back cover, you get like 2 themes like you do in 1.5 and 2.5. Except in 1.5 and 2.5, when they came out, they were free. So apparently now Square Enix is charging for the themes that you unlock by beating the game. So even if you beat Fragmentary Passage and you want the cool Aqua theme that it comes with, you gotta pay $3 for it. And I'm like, what the fuck? That is bullshit. That's a load of shit. And I don't know if that's a glitch. I hope not. Because I might want my fucking money back if it's a fucking glitch. That'll really piss me off. So, yeah, that sucked. Square Enix, what the fuck is that shit? Get your shit together. But anyway, I've run out of things to say about Kingdom Hearts 2.8, because really, like, would I recommend Kingdom Hearts 2.8? If you're a fan like me, oh fuck yeah. There's like, you don't even need to ask. I'll just say yeah, go for it. Because whatever problems I may have with back cover, you still have a really good port of one of the better Kingdom Hearts games out there from the 3DS. Like, it's Dream Drop Distance, I think, has aged pretty well. And it actually is rather important to the story, despite what some people say. Like, I've heard a lot of people say that they don't think Dream Drop Distance is that important to the story, and I'm like, huh, I beg to differ, because it kind of is. It really, really is at points. So, there's that. Also, you got Fragmentary Passage, which is excellent on its own. Like, I almost wish they had just released this for like $10. $5 or $10 is the max I'd be willing to tolerate from a game like this. Like, if Square Enix just put this up for $10, I'd buy it. And I think I would give it like a glowing recommendation. But for anyone else, particularly people that aren't into Kingdom Hearts as much as I think like some of my subscribers are, I'm a little more hesitant to recommend this, because it is a pretty hefty asking price. Because if you remember, Kingdom Hearts, I think Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 were both $40 when they came out, and they came with 2 full games and a side movie each. A 3-hour side movie, no less. And this is just 1 full game, 1 3-hour teaser for Kingdom Hearts 3, 1 damn good teaser for Kingdom Hearts 3, and a really, really mediocre 1-hour narrative dump that's just confusing. So, I'd recommend it on some level to hardcore fans, not so much to anyone else. But that's just me. Anyway, that's been Kingdom Hearts 2.8. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one, guys.